Hello, I like to make today a Cinderella theme type of cake, which is we make pillow and a shoe on top. So what we have is, first of all, we need bake two of square cakes, which is we're using basic square baking pan, 20 by 20, 8" by 8". All measurements will be in description box. And we're using two boxes of cake mixes. I use butter cake. You can use any of your choice. Just make sure it's nice and moist. It just makes easier to trim it. So once we bake two cakes, let them cool completely down. But because we want to make pillow, please do not level cakes. Just leave as it is. So we place small amount of frosting middle of cake to secure cakes, and we just place one cake right on the middle. And what we do is next we just apply frosting or buttercream, whatever you prefer, to make sure we sandwich both cakes together. Once we place second cake on top, as you can see, we place top side up to make sure curved part of a pillow still there. So what we do is we place four toothpicks to just middle of each side to make sure we're able to make it a little bit pillow curvy. So what we do is we just simply aim where is your toothpick to just a little bit. We will don't make very big curve, just a little bit on all sides. And what we do is next we simply take from a corner and just trim it to this toothpick to make it small curve. So just take a little bit off here as well, not too much, just a little bit, and a little bit on the bottom of a pillow. So you have a slight curve. So what you do is repeat with all sides to make it slightly curved pillow. Best of all, to make your work is easy, simply bake cakes night before, wrap them in a clean wrap and place in the freezer. It just makes it easier for you to work and actually trim it. So what we do is next, as you can see, we trim our cake and it looks like has all sides curved, look like actually small pillow. So it just makes a little bit extra. So next step is we're using a buttercream, which is we tint into kind of dark blue color. You can use royal blue or navy blue and regulate depthness. If you wanted more depthness of color, just add a little bit more of gel food coloring. So what we do with that, we just simply apply a buttercream all over cake, and we will place into refrigerator to just set. Apply on our sides and on top, of course. Once you finish with blue color buttercream, as you can see, you get very neat pillow. So next step is we tint our buttercream into yellow color. We're using lemon yellow gel food coloring, and we place in a piping bag fitted with a but I think it's called a basket a tip. It's like a one side is straight and another one looks like a sort of like a ribs sort of way. So you can see another one similar. It's like a basket tip. So place in the piping bag, and what you do is very simply just cut corners slightly lifted up, and we pipe in. What we do is we pipe in equal intervals and just pipe and stop, pipe and stop. Reason is we do that, it just looks like it's actually stitch, sort of like stitches in equal intervals. Pipe and stop. It's very simple. And what you do is also, don't pipe straight on the middle, just slightly above middle of your side. It just makes a little bit a lift up pillow. So we pipe and stop. And when it comes to sides, we just slightly lift it up. Just like this. So as you can see, all pillow is done nicely now. To dress our sides of pillow, what we do is place leftover of yellow buttercream into piping bag, fit it with a grass tip, and what we do is with our corner we just pipe and drag to top and connect it, and again pipe, drag to top and connect it. So once we done that, on the top we place one of those yellow balls. It's just a yellow sweet, and you place right on top. So you have all sides now. It has beautiful dressed properly pillow. So you pipe couple times and just connect to this side and place one of those small yellow sweets balls. Once we done that, it's a good idea now to place into refrigerator for just a little bit until we make a shoe. Now we're making a Cinderella shoe. For Cinderella shoe, we're using ladies shoe chocolate mold. It can be purchased on eBay and Amazon. I purchased it locally. I saw it's many actually on eBay and Amazon, but I purchased my actually locally. And I will place where is I purchased if you're not able to find it on the other sites. But I did saw plenty of various shapes on eBay and Amazon as well. So basically what we use is we also take some small tray using pizza tray. It just makes it easier. Once you place it on, makes it easier to transfer if you like to place into refrigerator to a little bit speed up process. So basically place on your tray, and we're using white chocolate melts. We need about 1 cup, for each basically half of a shoe, and so it's about 2 cups of white chocolate melts. Try to choose as white as possible because it makes your shoe is much nicer and whiter. So once it's melted, you can use in microwave on top of saucepan with a simmering water. We just simply pour on top. Do not get hugely worried if it goes a little bit out of a shape of your shoe. It doesn't matter because we just can straighten up everything once it's set. So we pour right onto mold to make sure it fits all perfectly. And what we do is we just slightly tap on a bench to make sure to remove any air bubbles trapped in. So once we've done that, we place into a refrigerator to completely set and harden. To make a pillow more interesting, we actually make some indentions using this sort of type of cookie cutter. Also, you can use the ruler same way, just to make parallel lines and place sugar pearls. So what we do, we start from a corner and we just start making shapes. Just keep going and join shapes together. In the corner of each shape, we just place one of sugar pearls. And just keep going this way. Oops. Until we finish with entire cake and sugar pearls. Once we place our sugar pearls, as you can see, we use white color sugar pearls. And also what I like to say is we can usually use a toothpick to actually just simply draw lines on top of a pillow and place sugar pearls on top without actually using cookie cutter. So let's place the cake now to rest until we dress our Cinderella shoe. Once chocolate set and hard, as you can see, we got a nice good shoes. And if you have any kind of parts which is not even, simply run small sharp knife just around those parts to make it nice and neat, to make sure all the sides is nice and neat. It's make just much easier to join it basically. So once it's all done, what we do is take some plates, place your one side of shoe on top of it, just make sure it's nice sort of and stable, and prepare the second half of shoe. Place melted white chocolate into piping bag and just snip very corner, just a small one. And what you do is just a pipe all around to make sure we're able to join in two halves together. So place it on top, join it together, wipe any excess if it pops out, and set to harden. Once shoe is set, check for imperfections. If you have any imperfections like that in the joints or anywhere, what you do is use your white chocolate and just pipe on any imperfections. Count until 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and wipe away. And it's done. As you can see, it's nice and neat, and all imperfections is hidden. Now to decorate Cinderella shoe, what we have to do is place on a large tray plate. It just makes it a little bit easier. And what you do is you can use piping gel or sparkle gel, doesn't really matter, and we just simply have to just open, and what we do is we just pipe all around side, just a side and a heel. Use brush to spread it everywhere evenly, just on the side, heel and front. And what we do is we use the white sugar sprinkles, or you can use also type of pearl sand, it's called. Place in a small container and apply on top of piping gel. Just makes extra special sparkle on top of shoe. Once you finish that, also to make it even special, what we do is we use rainbow dust hologram silver. This is edible type of silver dust, and we just carefully and evenly sprinkle this silver dust on top of shoe to make extra sparkle. And just keep going like that. Once you finish applying, as you can see, this shoe is beautiful and shiny. And what we do is also, if you want to add extra shine, use a white lustre powder and just make a brush in the opening part of a shoe. Once we finish that, use same sparkle gel as we use for the applying, and what we do is we just make a little bit to show that it's actually where is end of a kind of shoe, and make it a little bit more visible. Just like that. Now we can make some butterflies. We just make one butterfly for the front of a shoe, and what we do is basically, I just like to show you, you don't have to have special equipment. Just take a clean cotton and fold it basically this sort of way. Place non-stick baking paper on top, and set aside. So what we have is we're using simply white plain fondant. Sprinkle some powdered icing sugar to on your working surface to prevent sticking, and use any whatever you have available, a butterfly plunger, basically cutter, or you can use a simple butterfly cookie cutter as well. So what we do is we just simply cut it out, butterfly just like that. You can make it smaller or larger. If you like to make some sort of design, just use tips of end of tip and simply make it couple sort of design on the wings. Very simple. As you can see, you have this sort of design. You can also slightly stretch it as well if you like to do so, and simply place in your prepared place. So also, to make a little bit special, with using same hologram silver edible dust, and we simply sprinkle on top of butterfly for extra shyness, just to make it nice and special. As you can see, it's beautifully shined, and now we can place on in front of a Cinderella shoe and attach with small amount of melted white chocolate. Now we finish decorating, and we place our butterfly and attach to the front of our shoe with a little bit melted chocolate. And as you can see, shoe is beautiful and shiny. It makes beautiful sparkle as well. So as you can see, it's not that very hard as it seems, and I hope you like this sort of creation of Cinderella shoe. And with the front, as you can see, we done it as I said before, we just start and stop in equal intervals. It looks like stitch sort of, and this makes it easier to pipe as well. Thank you very much for your time with me today. I hope you like this creation of Cinderella theme cake. Any questions, please do ask. Everything will be in the description box. Until next time, goodbye.